Now, it's interesting. Let me just digress for a second about coaching, because I really do three things. I teach. This to me is teaching. I coach. Biggest part of my business is coaching senior leaders to become better coaches. And I heard you talk about the value proposition yesterday. How do we guarantee the product will get there safely? What's interesting about coaching, myself, Marshall Goldsmith, and Frank Wagner, and a few others of us, when we started all this around 2000, we said, what's the value proposition? And we said, look, we'll work with somebody for a year. We don't get paid for a year, and we'll only get paid if they improve. So one of the most important indicators for me is don't work with an adult who doesn't think that this is worthwhile or doesn't want to change. I have no delusion that I can get an adult to do anything if that adult doesn't want to do it, especially a successful adult. And the epiphany for me was my 6th engagement back in 2001. I did not get paid. I refused the money. And there was one reason I didn't get paid. Anybody want to guess what it was? Ego. Whose? Mine. My mistaken belief that, hey, they're working with me. And I think too much coaching, people say, well, so-and-so's a good coach, so they'll make somebody get better. That's delusional thinking. Individuals get better because they want to get better. So as we get into this deeper, we're going to be focusing on you. What are a couple of things you want to get better at? And if that's the case, what are you going to do more of? What are you going to do less of? What are you going to start doing? What are you going to stop doing? Create a list. Review it every day. And ask yourself, am I doing the things that I said I was going to do to get better? What I'm going to describe as we go through these few hours is extremely simple. It is far from easy. Getting a successful adult, and you are all successful or you wouldn't be here, to change behaviors is huge. We're all pretty good at being able to point to Jim, Jack, Mary. I can see what they could do to improve. How often do we really look at ourselves and say, here's a couple things I could do? And who am I going to engage around me to help me do that? So commitment.